Keep California cowgirls from vanishing.
Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Suzie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly.
Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Suzie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Eve follows Suzie.
So today is the beginning of our show about live cow work. We've been working with our horses with all of our training tools here for over the haunches work. As a matter of fact, we've been doing it so much that Evie, who I'm riding right now, may have stepped on one of her back hind pasterns, and so we have on her today our bell boots, and we'll use them with her as long as we feel a little bump back there, which could have been there all along, but who knows. She seemed to be lifting her back leg more than on the left than she did on the right, so we're just being particularly cautious. Now we're all set up here with double reins for Eve so that we can get that vertical flexion in a moment, in a second. Also, I have an extra stirrup here that I use to get up in the saddle, and I designed it, I created it because I had trouble lifting my right leg over the cantle of any saddle that I had. So this extra stirrup, it stays on the saddle when I'm doing other things, but I can drop it down on the left side, have a stirrup that I can put my right foot in, and then pick up the regular stirrup with my left foot. And then by then I've got the leverage I need to get this leg over the cantle. And I've mentioned that I had a leg problem for months, and so this is how I've temporarily solved it until it goes away. Now here we have Sela on the east quarter on the other side of our white fences, and she was real easy to halter up. We have Suzie, her mom, right here with her cavesson on, but we're going to take the cavesson off in just a few seconds. Rusty is nearby. He can watch us, but he is kind of a small corral away at our white vinyl double gates. And he's just busy there grazing. He's okay on Suzie and Sela being separated from him. Now Ryan, if you could just take the cavesson off, I am going to see if I can get Eve to follow a live cow without concern. We don't want to move real fast with Eve today on account of her little bump and possible discomfort in that left hind. Here we go. notice that I did not let Eve do a U-turn to follow Suzie, who suddenly became rambunctious because she was trying to get back to Sela, I believe. I stopped and worked on form over the haunches. So now we're going to get Suzie back out at the other end and hope that this time we can move a little bit faster than slow motion. The setup seems to be working, although I don't have as much push button that I want on Eve for haunches work. This time she did go over her haunches. We're following Suzie down the fence. Sela's a little bit upset here. We wanted to make sure she didn't get too upset, being separated from her mom. Yeah. See if Eve will walk up to Suzie. You hear Rusty roaring in the back. That's okay. This is going to work. It's just going to take some more practice, some more repetition, and we'll be proud to show you our 3 Morgan horses working our mini Zebu heifer Suzie in this show.
Sadie follows Suzie.
Sadie, my youngest Morgan mare, and Suzie in my uncovered arena that's cut in half by my panels, which are connected to each other and put on wheels so we can easily cut the arena in half and then open the panels up and have them be out of our way when we're done with our session. Now, Sadie is my youngest and my least experienced with working with live cows. As a matter of fact, the first day she ever worked with Suzie, she got kind of excited and she kicked out with her back leg, and I have that documented on a show about 3 years ago, and she hit Susie's nose, and boy was that a wake-up call to me. Safety is number one. How do you prevent that kind of thing from happening? You got to be able to move the body parts of your horse. In other words, the hips, the shoulders, the ribs, forward, backward, and it's got to be at a second's notice. So Brianna's out there on the other half of the arena working with Sadie, trying to make sure that she's being light, trying to make sure that Brianna can get Sadie to especially disengage that hind end. Now, I've got my rope today. This is actually my longest, newest, stiffest rope of this sort. I'm not going to rope Suzie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what Dennis Reese did with Dusty and one of his training horses. Dusty is Dennis Reese's donkey. And when he wants his horse to follow a live moving object, he brings Dusty in. And then he uses his rope from saddle or with a helper from the ground, and he gets the donkey to move. Now, Dennis also is aware of safety zone, and he says, I have a bubble. I want to make sure that Dusty can't kick my horse, and my horse can't kick Dusty. So, we're going to do the same thing with Suzie. As a matter of fact, Dennis Reese says there's no reason why you can't use an old dairy cow for this. Not fast, just follow and under control. That's our objective for a short session today with Sadie. Now, I'm going to ask Suzie, yeah, make sure she's going to move out. You can use a bullwhip too, without whipping them, just make a noise, and I've shown you that in the past. Yeah. Susie's going in the direction I want her to go. So when she does, I just stop the pressure. Now she's going to want to come back here because look who's here. This is her baby heifer, Sela, on halter. And on the other side of the vinyl fence where I'm pointing, Rusty is. He's grazing right now. He's not upset, but we let him be nearby. Yeah. I'm going to push Suzie toward the portable panels. And Brianna, at first I just want you to bring Sadie up. Yeah. And let her investigate. Okay, boy, that would have been fun to be on a horse just now that can work over his haunches and keep Suzie from getting to her baby heifer Sela. But okay, we're going to be doing this very soon with Semi, and probably use the whole arena. And she's my best cow horse, and and we're gonna be showing you some haunches work with Suzie, my mini Zebu heifer. All right, I felt that Sadie did not show any stress. You agree, Brianna?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you now how we're gonna let Sadie in here. Very easy because of the wheels. Okay, so just go to the middle there of the open space and wait. Kind of like when you're at the airport. Hurry up and then wait. Okay? Get yourself in position and wait. Waiting is sometimes really hard for a horse that sees a live cow or donkey or whatever in front of them. They usually lock on and then either scared and run away, or they lock on and follow them. My most biggest concern right now is locking on and wanting to use their defense mechanism of strike. So we have to make sure we keep those back legs out of Suzie's strike zone. And same thing with Suzie. Although I've never seen her kick, I still worry about her getting stressed. She's a prey animal too, and trying to kick out to Sadie. So let's see how it goes today following a live cow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to bring her around you, Brianna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Trying to make that whooshing sound. You see, she's got scours because she's nervous. That's what happens. That's how I know that she's stressed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 Keeping in mind that she's going to want to get back to Sela, just kind of follow her. Let Sadie see where Suzie is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now, if you stand there and I back off, Suzie's kind of looking at Sadie. She's saying, oh, wait a minute, how do I get back there? Watch that hip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, she's showing a little bit of stress. Why don't you stop for a minute? I'd feel better if you just have Sadie in the stop mode. Yeah, yeah. I want her to see this moving object, this live cow, move around her. And I want to see signs of relaxation. What are those signs? I want to see her eyes blinking. I want to see her licking her lips. I'd love to see a cocked back foot. I'm not seeing that. I want to see her head down. And I want to see her ears listening, but not with head up and showing real prey concern. Okay, well that was okay. Now the next time I do this, Brianna, the only objective for today is to get Sadie. And let me show you where I want her. I want Sadie about right here. I'm going to keep trying to move Suzie. I don't want Sadie any closer for Sadie's safety and for Suzie's safety. And we just want to follow a slow, live, moving object. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Suzie's understanding better now what her job is today. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, come on close. I'll try to stay here behind her. Yeah, yeah. You may end up doing some haunches work here if Suzie does some swivels. Yeah, yeah. Okay, start following her. I'll watch Sadie to see if I'm getting concerned about her body language. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. here, and then I'm going to back off. Chances are she's going to come in front of you. Come on. Here she goes. Try to just follow her at a safe distance. Look at those ears. Look at Sadie's ears. Okay, stop around it. Take 2 steps back. Sadie was following Suzie with her ears. I could see it from back here.
Back.
She was locking on.
Back.
Yeah. We continue to work on the prerequisite skills for this live cow work, but we wanted to show you, without any further ado, what the main objective is, and that's working a live cow. We wanted to show you where we're at. We showed it with Eve, we showed it with Sadie, and Semi, my best cow horse. I sure hope to show you some haunches work within parameters of safety for each prey animal.
Semi follows Suzie with over the haunches work.
Session with Semi, my most experienced cow horse. We've got Suzie in the arena. We have the pen set up in the corner. And we're going to see if Semi will do what she has to do. Rate the cow, over the haunches work, whatever is needed, with a little bit of help from me on the ground with my bullwhip, not to whip Suzie, just to make a noise, to herd her, to help herd her. We're going to see if we can get Suzie into that pen, and you're going to get to watch, because this is the most fun of all. Penning and sorting, to me, is the most fun cattle event that you can attend with your horse. We don't have enough cows yet to do sorting, but on this little farm here, we've set it up so we can do some penning. Those portable panels just store up against the side of my perimeter fence of my arena. They're out of the way, and they're there when we want to bring them out. Now let's see, this looks easy, but it's not so easy sometimes. And my biggest concern is that we have a push button handle on Semi's haunches, so that if she looks like she's going to try to kick out, that we can move those haunches over, especially disengage them. Now Suzie is going to want to get to the corner where the camera is, because look who's there. Sela, her daughter, who's on a leash, behaving very nicely. And just beyond the white vinyl gate, my cameraman will show you, hangs out Rusty, Papa Rusty. We don't let him into this immediate vicinity because he is a bull, and we'd rather have him be happy on the other side of the fence. Okay, here we go. Haunches work with Semi. Yeah. Yeah. You see the challenge, Katie?
Yeah.
Katie is kind of new at this. And when Suzie made that mad dash for this corner, Semi just didn't go around the haunches fast enough. Now a cow generally will go for an opening ahead. So if Suzie can see that opening into the pen, she might go for it. But then Katie, your job is to keep her from turning back around, because she also might do that when she sees that it is enclosed. Yeah. Good, that was good over the haunches. But this team, the one on the ground and the one on the horse, couldn't keep Suzie from getting back to this corner. Not yet. And if you don't see it today, it doesn't mean we aren't going to keep trying. Yeah, yeah. You see, Sammy is taking the job of closing the door so Suzie won't go to the right. With my bullwhip making sounds, I'm asking Suzie to go forward. When I'm getting her to go forward, I back off. She's going to turn around and say, okay, I'm going to try to get back to my heifer. Now, Sammy has been desensitized to this bullwhip sound. Okay, come on up. Over here, you know now, you see her pattern. Here's a really good challenge. Will she go in? And she did! And you go up to the opening, Katie. And you raise your hand. Because that means that the timer stops the time. Raise your hand up. And you know, it's awfully enjoyable, awfully pleasurable to be in an arena with a group of people who came to do that kind of fun activity. And you usually work in pairs or in triplets. And that's why I'm here today with my bullwhip on the ground, and very likely, had Suzie chosen to turn around, Katie might have missed her again. But this time, second time around, you saw the first time when Katie missed her. Second time around, Suzie said, okay, I'm going into that opening. I got to get Suzie out of the pen, so we have to back Semi away. She's going to go this way. Follow her, follow her. That's it. Now I'm going to help less and less if I can with my bullwhip. See if you can get her to go forward. Now, we don't know for sure, although Suzie never has. We don't know for sure if she'll kick. So you don't want to be in her strike zone, and you certainly don't want to let Semi turn her hips around and be in strike zone. Now you're doing what is called rating, and Semi's supposed to be doing it with you. She's supposed to go as fast or as slow as the cow is going. We're still in training mode though, so very often we have to make requests. Good. Okay, now you do, you want her to go up the north fence. Let's be patient. Close the door so she can't go running back. Over the haunches work. Beautiful. If you had stayed back a little bit, Suzie might have kept going. Yeah. She feels the pressure, she turns around. As soon as they're going in the direction you want, stop the pressure. If she starts heading there that way, you're going to keep the door closed so she can't go back to the camera corner. Yeah. I'm positioning myself behind the drive line of Suzie, asking her to go forward. Katie's positioning Semi so that Suzie won't go to the left. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now, Susie's going to look for that hole in front of you. She's going to look for this hole. So you either have to go forward if she goes that direction towards the south, or you have to go over the haunches if she comes this direction. She's looking at us. She's not sure what we want her to do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 Patience. Let's wait and see, because cattle do that a lot. She's watching very closely out of the sides of her eyes. They have great peripheral vision. Her ears are going back and forth. She's listening to me. I'm sure she's watching Semi. And Semi, I'm sure, is watching her, because her eyeballs are glued to Suzie, but she is not showing any stress. She's blinking her eyes. Her head is relatively down for a Morgan. Her ears are forward, looking at Suzie with her ears, listening. I'm going to step up, make my bullwhip sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. If we start getting close, then you step up. Small steps. Yeah, yeah. Your job now. Susie's trying. Yeah. Now I'm going towards her hump to make her turn. It's your job. We're so close. Yeah, yeah. I'm closing the door. You close that door. I'll close this one. There you go. Come on in and raise your hand.
Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Semi, Rusty and Suzie, Heifer Calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.